The smell of burning flesh clings to the air, an acrid perfume of decay. Your heart hammers against your ribs, a frantic drumbeat against the wail of distant sirens, a sound that offers no comfort, only the promise of more chaos. You are alone, or almost alone, in a world that has curdled into a nightmare. This is the moment. This is the razor's edge. Subscribe to Think What If for more stories that push your imagination to the edge. The bite. It happened so fast. A flash of teeth, a scream swallowed by the pandemonium. Now the fever is setting in. A chilling sweat beads on your friend's forehead. Their eyes, once filled with life and laughter, now gleam with a terrifying, vacant hunger. The tremors start, violent spasms racking their body. You can see the change, the horrifying transformation beginning. The infection is a thief, stealing the person you know, replacing them with a monster. The ragged breaths they take sound less like a human and more like a guttural growl. You know what this means. You've seen it. You've heard the stories, the panicked broadcasts that are now just static. Panic claws at your throat. Every instinct screams to run, to flee from this grotesque parody of your loved one. But your loyalty binds you. The memories flood back. Shared jokes, whispered secrets, 1,000 moments woven into the fabric of your life. How can you abandon them? How can you condemn them to become one of them? Yet, the primal urge to survive, to protect yourself, is a visceral force, a roaring beast within. The guttural sounds are getting louder. A low moan escapes their lips, a sound that chills you to the bone. The world outside is a symphony of terror. The distant screams, the shuffling of countless infected feet, the occasional crack of gunfire. It's a constant reminder of the collapse. Every shadow seems to harbor a threat. Every gust of wind carries the stench of death. You look at your friend again. Their skin is clammy, their breathing ragged and shallow. A dark vein throbs on their neck, a harbinger of the inevitable. The infection is spreading, a relentless tide consuming their very being. You have to make a choice, now, before it's too late. The scientific reality behind this nightmare isn't as far-fetched as it seems. Consider rabies, a virus that rewrites neural pathways, inducing aggression and hydrophobia, or the toxoplasmosis parasite, known to alter the behavior of its hosts, making rats fearless of cats, a chilling parallel to a zombie's unthinking drive. Imagine a genetically engineered pathogen, a viral cocktail designed in a sterile lab, accidentally unleashed. The possibilities are as terrifying as they are plausible. What if a gain-of-function research experiment, pushing the boundaries of virology, went horribly wrong? A mutated influenza, a novel coronavirus, or something entirely unknown could be the spark that ignites the inferno. The world we knew is gone, replaced by a landscape of fear and desperation. You remember the days before, the mundane routines, the trivial worries. Now, survival is the only currency. Every decision carries the weight of life or death. Your friend's body convulses again. A guttural rasp escapes their lips, a sound that's no longer human. Their eyes snap open, and for a fleeting moment, you see a flicker of the person they were. Then, it's gone, replaced by a predatory glint. The air grows thick with the metallic tang of old blood. Your hands tremble, not just from fear, but from the cold, hard logic that is beginning to assert itself. You check your meager supplies. A half-empty water bottle, a stale granola bar, a rusty crowbar. Is this enough? Enough to face the hordes outside? Enough to escape this immediate threat? The infected person lunges. You recoil, the crowbar feeling heavy and clumsy in your grip. This is not a movie. This is your reality. The urge to protect is powerful, a deep-seated instinct. But so is the instinct to survive. When does compassion become a liability? When does loyalty become a death sentence? You've heard stories of survivors who made impossible choices, who left loved ones behind to save themselves. Were they monsters, or were they simply doing what they had to do? The infected person's moans are now a continuous, chilling drone. They are a danger to you, a danger to anyone they might encounter. The infection is a contagion, a wildfire that must be contained. The memory of their smile, their voice, the warmth of their hand in yours, these are the anchors that threaten to drown you. But the growls are getting louder, closer now. The shuffling footsteps outside the door are a relentless rhythm of doom. You can feel the pressure building, the unbearable weight of your decision. The infected person tries to rise, their limbs moving with an unnatural jerkiness. Their eyes fix on you, a primal hunger burning within them. You recall the whispered warnings from the last radio broadcast. The infected are drawn to sound. They are relentless. Do not hesitate. Do not falter. Hesitation is death. Falter is extinction. The scientist in you, the one who studied biology, who understood the ruthless efficiency of nature, knows this. The infection does not care for sentiment. It simply seeks to spread. You can hear the scratching at the door now, a frantic, insistent sound that mirrors the panic in your own chest. The truth is a cold, hard stone. Leaving them behind is the only logical choice for your survival. It's a betrayal of everything you held dear, but a necessary one. The alternative is to join them, to become another shambling corpse, another mindless hunger. The thought sends a shiver down your spine. You take a deep breath, the stale air burning your lungs. You have to be strong. You have to be ruthless. You can't save everyone. With a final, lingering glance at the person they once were, you turn towards the door. The scratching intensifies. The moans outside swell into a chorus of the damned. You grip the crowbar tighter, your muscles tense. This is the moment of truth. You push the door open, the hinges groaning in protest, and step out into the terrifying unknown. The shuffling sounds immediately shift, drawing your attention. You run. Every muscle screams. The wind whips past your face, carrying the stench of decay and the screams of the dying. Behind you, you hear it. The sounds of pursuit. Not one, but many. Their guttural cries echo through the desolate streets. You dare not look back. Your lungs burn, your legs ache, but the fear, the primal terror, propels you forward. You have made your choice, and now you must live with its consequences. The city is a graveyard. Skeletal remains of buildings claw at the bruised sky. The silence is broken only by the predatory sounds of the infected and the desperate flight of the living. You duck into a darkened alley, pressing yourself against the grimy brick. Your heart is a runaway train. You have survived this encounter, but for how long? The infected are everywhere. This is a world where every corner holds a potential threat, where every shadow hides a hungry maw. You find a temporary refuge in a derelict bookstore. Dust motes dance in the slivers of light piercing the boarded-up windows. The scent of old paper fills the air, a ghost of a time when knowledge and stories mattered. You collapse onto a pile of decaying books, your body racked with exhaustion and the gnawing guilt. Was there another way? Could you have fought? Could you have saved them? The questions gnaw at you, relentless and unforgiving. The world outside is a canvas of despair, a constant, gnawing hunger, the gnawing guilt, the gnawing guilt. It's a cycle that threatens to consume you. You realize that survival isn't just about avoiding the infected, It's about preserving your own humanity, your own sanity. How do you do that when every decision feels like a betrayal? How do you maintain your moral compass in a world that has lost all sense of direction? Days bleed into nights. You scavenge for food, for water, for any semblance of safety. You see other survivors, some huddled in fear, others hardened and ruthless. You witness acts of incredible bravery and unspeakable cruelty. Each encounter is a test, a brutal reminder of the world you now inhabit. You learn to trust no one, to rely only on yourself. The silence becomes your companion, broken only by the sounds of the apocalypse. One evening, as the sun bleeds crimson across the horizon, you see a flicker of movement in the distance. A small group struggling against the tide of the infected. They are outnumbered, outmatched. Your first instinct is to hide, to melt back into the shadows. But then you see it. A child, their small hand reaching out, their face a mask of terror. The memory of your friend, of their lost innocence, floods back. You have a choice to make. Again, do you turn away, preserving your hard-won survival? Or do you risk everything to offer a sliver of hope, a moment of defiance against the encroaching darkness? The guttural cries of the infected are growing louder. The small group is faltering. The child's plea, though silent, echoes in your soul. You grip the crowbar. The weight feels familiar now. You take a breath and step out of the shadows. The gnawing hunger, the gnawing guilt.